Good morning. Rise and shine. It is time to wake up. Yes, it is. Or, like you don't have to open your eyes necessarily. You can just open your ears. It's your choice. Your choice. But we've come on here day in and day out choosing to wake up and choosing to open our eyes and our ears and all of our senses to what life wants to show us, yeah? And it's such a gift. It is such a gift to, my hope for you is to always know that you're never alone in navigating your path and navigating your path here on earth, as a human being and trying to figure this life out. And I'm hoping that you're seeing by coming on here, like I hope you're seeing that you're not alone. I'm not just talking about me, but I'm just saying, like, in this community of people, like-minded people who, like you, they want to live their best life and they want to really be all that they can be and know the truth of life, right? So I'm hoping that you are seeing that you're not alone. You're never alone. Good morning, Johnny. How are you? How are you? Good morning. So come on. Tell me you're here when you arrive. I love knowing who's here. So here we are. It's Wednesday. Great middle of the week day to kind of just do a little midweek check-in. We might have set some intentions at the beginning of your week, and now here we are midweek. It's a nice time to check in, see if there's some. I don't know about you, but good morning, Claire. So good to see you. I don't know about you, but my calendar has become very loose. And it's great, even though I keep trying to create it more structure in it, it's not time for that, and I'm okay with that. But what I do like to do is like write a few things down every day that I'm gonna get done maybe that day, like just a couple things, like, so it's not like a real structured calendar that's like, okay, like to where it's all blocked out, which sometimes you got to do when you got a lot of going on. Johnny says, helping my brother get a puppy today. I wish that was on my calendar. I wish that was on my calendar. Or a kitten. I've been really wanting a kitten lately. Has anyone got one I can just borrow? I just want to borrow a kitten. And then I want to give it back. Hey, Justine. Hey, Megan. Katie. Mary Lou. Good morning. Good to see you. Good morning, Selena. But yeah, so I'm trying just like writing down my list of maybe some stuff that would be nice to get done in a week. And then I just have that, so it's like one list. This would be nice to get done in a week. And then I just pick a few things each day that are most important. And then it makes me still feel like I have a lot of freedom, but also some intention. So that's my recent calendar. I don't even remember why I'm talking about that. Oh, because it's Wednesday, and I was saying Wednesdays always feel like a good day to kind of like check in with yourself, maybe go back to that beginning of the week list and go, what did I have to get done this week? So I have a few more days to get it done, right? How about you? Tell me what your calendar situation. Are you using a calendar at all right now? Are you living by your calendar, or did you forget you even have one? The first few weeks, I totally abandoned my calendar. I actually have a paper calendar and a phone calendar. Why did I start talking about calendars? This is so funny. I did not plan on it. But here, this is my paper one, because I like to have things on writing. And writing, it's like my mind remembers things better. And then I also have one on my phone because I need one on my phone too. Not even a little bit with your calendar, I'm assuming. That's cool. That's cool too. It's whatever works. Good morning, Nancy. Good to see you. So yeah, so I hope that you are seeing that you are so not alone in life in general. Like, I think we are so good at thinking we are, you know, the most unique individuals ever. Nobody else possibly feels this way I feel. You know, I don't know. Do you ever think that? And now here we are, and we're getting to be in this group, in this community, and we're seeing like everyone's kind of going through different things in their own way. So it just, my hope for you is that you walk away when we're here and know that like, I'm so not alone. Like, we're all trying to do the best we can. Buenos dias to you too, Tracy. We all want the same thing. You know, we all want love. We all want safety. We all want belonging. Every one of us. I mean, that's the main thing, right? And we're all here in openness and willing to explore whatever it needs to be seen and known to do that. Hey, Shira. Good morning. So thank you for being here. Everybody, thank you so much. So, I normally introduce myself, but usually you guys aren't on yet, so it's kind of embarrassing now all of a sudden, because I do it like right off the bat, but I didn't yet. Just for anybody that watches later, my name is Sandy Jacquard, and I'm a holistic health and lifestyle coach. And what that means is that I assist people in aligning their lifestyle and aligning their habits in their life, whether it's, you know, food habits, the way that they live, their surroundings, their environment, with their calling, with their purpose, with their soul, so that they feel whole, they feel happy, they feel complete. So you're welcome for that, everybody who already knows me on here. So I was thinking I'm just going to do the reading first today, because I tend to ramble so much, you know. And I also just wanted to throw out there that today, Wednesday, is the day I do the Glow Show with my co-host, Erin. And we do that every Wednesday now at 9 a.m. And this is a Zoom talk show, we're calling it. It's like a talk show. It's super fun. It's really short. It's 30 minutes. And in every episode, it's all about, you know, the Glow Show. It's about you glowing at your brightest. And that could mean anything from, you know, a soul, mind, you know, health, skin. Like today is about skin, actually about skincare. We're going to talk, Erin's a skincare, she's a licensed skincare professional. And we're going to talk about like glowing, literally, like how do we get that glow, that skin glow. So if you want to join us in that, I advise you to chase me down after this, right after this, because it's directly after at 9. Get me your email on direct message, and I will send you a link to the Zoom, and you can pop on there. You don't have to have your video on, so we don't have to see you. If you're like, no, I don't want anyone to see me, that's all good. It's fine. But yeah, I hope to see you there. It's super fun. So here we go. We've got April 29th, also happens to be my dad's birthday. He's had quite a year. He's had major open heart surgery. It's been a rough year for him. I just really hope that, just even right now, he's just been, you know, he's been a little bit in and out of the hospital. It's just been really rough. I just hope he has a good year. And, you know, we love our dads. I hope he's okay. But, so, really grateful for our health, right, and wellness, and it's just everything, you know. Without it, you know, what do you have? I love that health is wealth. It's like so true. It's never been more true than now. Never been more true. So here we are. It's called Within Young Leaves. Wrapped within young leaves, the sound of water. This delicate observation by this Japanese poet is filled with the quiet hope that embedded in our nature, even as we begin, is our gift already unfolded. Embedded in the seed is the blossom. Embedded in the womb is the child fully grown. Embedded in the impulse to care is the peace of love realized. Let me say that one again. Embedded in the impulse to care is the peace of love realized. Is the peace of love realized. Embedded in the edge of risk and fear is the authenticity that makes life worth living. Wrapped within young leaves is the sound of water that will nourish them once they have opened. It's already there, prompting them to unfold and grow. To believe that this is possible requires a faith in currents larger than any one mind can envision. But this is not such a difficult thing to accept. For as dust owes its path to wind, we as human beings are asked to acknowledge that something larger encircles us and prompts us to unfold. There is a gravity of spirit that pulls the essence of who we are into being. Our job, like all our sister creatures, is to find the abundance of air and water and light, and to unfold what is already within us. I really liked that. I really like that one a lot. That's why I kind of wanted to read it just early, so I could feel free to just babble about it for the rest of the time. Having faith that the gift is within us, and that it is absolutely natural for it to unfold, and acknowledging our calling, acknowledging that right, it's a real thing. You know, do you feel that the gravity of spirit that pulls the essence of who we are into being? That's really, really beautiful. The unfolding that is already happening. It's already there, prompting them to unfold and grow. Do you feel that? Do you feel that prompting inside of you? Asking you to unfold and to grow. And like never has there been a time that feels like that message is more valuable than now. You know, just to really trust that there is something natural about what's happening this time for us, that there is something natural about it, which for me, it feels like a relief, a bit of a relief. Like I don't have to figure it all out. I don't need to force anything. But it's something that is already, you know, if we're willing, we're open, then there is like a natural, we can, right? So suffering comes when we're resisting what is most natural, when we're resisting the flow. That is when we're suffering. So yeah, it would be nice, like, right, if it was just so easy, if we were just like all, you know, like that flower, and just, right, we were just going to let it unfold and trust that, right? That would be so nice. And so that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing here, is we are removing whatever obstacles are in the way of that natural unfolding. You know, the resistance. Like, where is that resistance? When you're suffering, it's because you're resisting. So where is there suffering? Where are you feeling that resistance? And I know we've asked this in 100 million ways, but this question will never get old. And every day it feels like the first time, does it not? So, you know, where do you feel suffering? What feels, oh my God, hard? What feels hard? Question. You can answer in the comments. And going back to the reading. It's asking, I'm looking at the little prompts at the bottom. So, okay, so this is, so we don't have to like it's like the magic that like that I guess that you're right, the essence is already alive in us. It's not something we have to go outward to find or to grab, right? I find comfort in that too. It's already in us. And so the question you can ask yourself is just to feel who you are to unfold. And so, right, this is why we come together and we breathe into that heart space, and we kind of check in with ourselves and just get in touch with our soul and who we are every day. If every day you start your day with a little grounding and trusting of just like, who's in there? What's this person needing? Where's their resistance? Where is that struggle feeling for me? And how can I soften those pointy edges as we've talked about? Give me a thumbs up if you're following this, or hearts if you're feeling this. I'm curious to know where you're feeling that resistance. Where are you suffering? Where are you struggling? And let those be the cue for where we need to soften, where we are resisting that natural unfolding. Pretty cool to think about. Good morning, Amy and Kristen and Cody and Caroline. So since we already talked about calendars, I'll just throw out there that having like a morning practice of some kind has truly been life-changing in my life. Do you have a morning practice of some kind? Let me know if you have a morning practice of some kind. Because, for me, a morning practice looks like, we can agree, and I think we probably see it more now, right? Because it's been shifted so much. But in our day-to-day, we get hijacked the second we open our eyes, right? It could be usually your phone, maybe you're jumping on or kids, right? It's just like instantly, like we're like lost in the activity of a day, of what there is to do. Katie said it can be really good. I sometimes question the good life. My struggle right now. Tell me more about that. Sometimes I question the good life. Usually I'm good. Questions are so good. Amy says, I do now. Going back to Katie, I don't know if that's exactly if this is exactly what you're talking about. You tell me, but are you talking like how we've had this conditioned way of thinking around what the good life looks like? Are you, in your questioning, is that really the life I want to live? What does that look like for me? Is it like that? I love that question, and I feel so excited when I start talking and thinking like that, because it's a opportunity and even a challenge in some ways to like blow the roof off of the ideals of what the good life looks like and create your own. And this year has been so much about that for me. So I love that idea. You saying it's your struggle right now. I'm curious around what part of that are you struggling with? We've talked a lot about letting go, like when there's a time to let go, and like when something's calling on you, like I gotta let this go. I gotta let this mindset go. I gotta let this idea of how things should be go. I gotta let this person go. I gotta let this job go. Whatever it is, right? So I feel like when we're on that path of unfolding and removing the obstacles that are in the way, sometimes we're being asked to let go of an idea, of just an idea of how we think things should be, in order to make room for what else is possible, right? Amy says, I do now, life-changing. So you do a morning, and it can be really hard, right, Amy? Like it can be hard to claim that time for yourself, right? If you're a mom, you got kids, or you got a business that's calling on you, it takes a little discipline in the beginning to say, no, this is my time. This is my time. This is for me. It doesn't have to be long, even though mine's so long. Mine could be like 2 hours. I'm like, la-di-da, I love my time. It's so fun. It's the best. My struggle is in forcing the grow. That you are forcing the grow. You can't force, anything to grow, right? And we can try. We can add some miracle grow. But that's ultimately poisonous, right? And it loses its smell and its quality and its taste, right? So such is life. When we force something to grow, making it an unnatural unfolding process, it takes away the integrity of it, doesn't it? The richness, the quality. How do we know when it's time to let go? That's such a personal thing. I think when the idea of not letting go is more painful than the idea of letting go. So the idea of not letting go is more painful than letting go. Because, right, the idea of letting go can be extremely scary. But the idea of staying in without letting go, the thing of keeping it in your life is so much more painful than that letting go. So we got to think, not just focus on the part of how hard and scary it is to let go, but how about the outcome of letting go, also, right? Or of not letting go. Like okay, don't let go. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's just try that on for a minute. If anyone out there is in a position where they're considering, like, do I let this go? Do I not let this go? Let me just ask you. Let's consider both sides. Don't let it go. Now here you are in 6 months. Okay? Not letting go. Yes, right now can continue momentum. My struggle is a bit of self-doubt. I'm happy to know you're human, Katie. You're such a human. Self-doubt. Okay, so did I finish my sentence? So not letting go. So not letting go when it's time to let go. Go ahead and imagine your life having not let go in 6 months, or in a month, in 6 months, in a year. Can you live with that? If the answer is no, and that feels more painful than the idea of letting go, even though letting go is very scary sometimes, it might be more painful to stay where you're at and not make those changes. I feel the exact same way. I get the more tension about the thought of this ending than going on longer. Yeah. Katie, can I maintain this quality, integrity, joy, calmness in the real world? Yes, beautiful. Can I, right? Yeah. Right. I wanted to go back to what Katie said, but it already went up. And so now I don't know. Damn. Good morning, Lucia. Good to see you. Shit. Can I get back up there? Oh, I can. Never mind. Oh, self-doubt. I want to talk about self-doubt. I don't know anybody who doesn't experience self-doubt when they're growing. Something that's interesting about fear and doubt, and when things, or how that comes up. When I'm working with clients, it's inevitable that at some point along their journey that they are going to go into self-sabotage, fear and doubt. The more you are and if you have been doing the work this month, the 6 weeks, you've been maybe your whole life, if you're one that has said yes, okay, and you're sitting here and you're asking these questions and you're looking at your life and you're doing your thing, like you've opened yourself up to growth. Like you have been like, I'm in, even if it's hard, even if it's scary. Like I want, what is more important than anything to me is to grow, right? To be. Good morning, Gemma. Good to see you. Always. Such a little bright light you are. If that's you, then life could show you some things like it's going to be like, okay, you're ready. Like I'm going to bring some things up and you're going to get to try this on and, some challenges even, right? That's life. So when we have stuff that feels hard, you can see it almost as a compliment. Oh, life thinks I'm ready for this. Okay, let's see if I can, oh, it's a challenge. I can do this, right? But here's the thing. So the more intense your growth is, so we have growth spurts. We can say we have growing pains. So the more intense your growth is, the more likely that sabotage will come up. Because there is that survival instinct in you that wants to stay exactly as you are, because that is safe. That is your safe place to be. You have survived it up until now, being in this safe place. So when your brain, that survival part of your brain, it senses shift, it senses change, there's something that's triggered off that is instinctual for your survival. It's actually serving a good purpose, and it's saying, I even if there's something better, like, I don't know, I don't really care, this is good enough, this is fine, we're safe, we're surviving here, believing these norms we're surviving in this relationship, I'm surviving in this career that's not feeling like it makes me happy, I don't sing in there, my heart doesn't sing, right? Whatever that is, like this diet that comforts me when I'm sad, whatever it is, like that part of your brain, when it senses, oh shit, this chick is doing something different, I don't like the way that feels, and actually I'm not sure that I'll even survive this, I might not survive, that there is a subconscious thing that happens in you that wants to put you right back where you were, keep you safe, keep you where you are. So when this comes up for clients, which it always does, so I always prepare them, like, you're doing amazing, like, wow, you are making huge shifts, you're making big changes, you are blowing like the roof off your limits, and then here it comes all of a sudden, so predictable, bam, self-doubt, sabotage, going back to old behaviors, it's guaranteed to happen. Totally worth talking about though, because we can rise through it, like there is that part of our brain that's instinctual, it just jumps in and takes over, but we also have the ability to be like, all right, okay, I hear you, I know you're feeling a little scared in there, like it's gonna be okay, we're upgrading some areas in our life, we're gonna get through this. So, we can do that for ourselves, and we can override that part of our brains, right? And override that instinct. I like to give this little visual. I always tell interesting stories because that's how my brain works, Portia, right? So here's my visual that I tell is like, if you were to, because that's how I understand things, like images. So it's the only way I remember anything too. But like I picture it like this, like you're in like a rainforest or something, or like, something that's heavily planted. Oh God. And you've been going down the same path for years, and it's already like carved out. It's like a beautiful, trail. It's carved out and clean. There's nothing poking you when you walk through, and you get to your destination on the other side, and it's fine. It's like, yep, I know this pathway is safe, I'm gonna keep going down this pathway, right? And here we are, we're like, you know what, I want something better than this. Like, this result is just mediocre. This is like fine, but I know there's something better, and I feel like it's that way. And I like, even though there's no pathway over there whatsoever, like all it is jungle and bushes and trees, and you can't even find one place to put your foot. But you know in your heart that there is something amazing over there. And like, I gotta see what's over there. And actually, like, not only do I gotta see, I'm going to, and I'm gonna, just go ahead and see what happens. And I'm gonna take my next step this way and take that next safe step to put my foot, right? And we're start to hack our way through this jungle, right? And through the, like, trying to make our way in this new pathway. Having faith and having trust that there's something amazing over there. I don't know what it is, but it's calling me. I have to go over there. And I'm committed to going over there. And we go, and it's uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. It's scary because you actually don't know for sure, I don't really know. It could just be like, a snake den. It could be really scary. And so you're hacking your way over there, and things are poking you, and you're tripping, and there's things in your hair, and so you get through to the other side, and it is amazing. And it is amazing. It's like better than you've ever felt before in your life. Okay? So that's nice. And so here we go back to the beginning, and we're like, okay, I'm going to try to, and we keep hacking our way through that way. Well, sometimes, like, that part of you that just like wants to be safe, like, ends up all of a sudden finding yourself down that other road again, like on that easy pathway. So just know that anytime there's something new coming into your life, anytime you're doing some new personal growth, or you're bringing in new habits and bringing in new lifestyle changes, anytime you're doing that work, that part of you is going to be triggered. You cannot do this. This is not safe for you. What happens if, everybody, thinks of this about you? What if you fail? What if it's the wrong decision? What if you make somebody else mad? What if you hurt this person's feelings? You're a bad person if you do that. That's selfish. You shouldn't spend so much time on yourself. Whatever it is. You don't know enough. There's too many other people doing the same thing. Right? Sabotage. Holding you back. Keeping you safe. And why it's important to acknowledge that is because the last thing, there's enough going on out here. Like, the last thing you need is to be at war with yourself, right? So we don't want to be at war with ourselves. If anything, we handle that part of ourselves with some compassion. We're like, thank you for trying to keep me safe, self-doubt. Thank you for trying to keep me safe and keep me right where I'm at. I appreciate your efforts. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. Whatever. What are some of the other things that come up, emotions that come up? Tell me if you have any. Like, what are your sabotaging thoughts, feelings, behaviors? Yes. I know that this way is predictable. It's the safe way, but I know inside that there's something better. So, curious if this is resonating for anybody. Go ahead and give me a sign that you didn't go back to sleep. The good news is it gets easier. Keep me loved. Yes, so right, I said keeping you safe, keep you loved, keeping you part of belonging. Anything that's going to separate you from love, that, your subconscious feels, what this might make me less lovable by somebody. Somebody's not going to accept this, right? No, anytime your subconscious is feeling a threat of being loved, being safe, or belonging. Yes, we are tribal beings. When we are separate from the group, our subconscious will do a lot to try to keep us the same. I mean, we see it all the time in ways how groups, we follow the masses. Think about in nature, that lone survivor has a lot less chance of surviving, right? That what did I just say? Did I say what I meant to say? I don't know. That lone, did I say survivor? That lone, that animal that gets separated from the pack, right? Chances are they could not survive, right? We want to be part of the pack. We feel more secure. We feel stronger. And when any of that gets threatened, we unconsciously will do what we need to do to keep ourselves loved, to keep ourselves safe, to keep ourselves belong. Pretty wild, huh? But it gets easier, and it does. The more times we go down that pathway, the more comfortable we get down there. And each time we go down there, we clear it a little bit more. It becomes more natural before too long. It's second nature to you. Whatever that is, whatever that thing that felt so hard, it was almost like, am I crazy for going down this path when I have this one right in front of me? This one's paying the bills. This one's so easy. Like, anybody who heard this would think I was nuts for not staying on this path. Look at it. It's the best path, says everybody else. But in my heart, I don't feel that it is for me. Yeah, it goes back to like thinking about when we're being like holding on to that path, like holding on to that destination is like, oh God, I mean, it's great. It's good. It's like, I'm so scared to give up this one for the possibility and idea. There's no guarantees over here. I'm so scared to give up this one, but what happens when you don't let go? You don't give up that path because you think that destination, that's all you get, all you deserve, maybe. All you're capable of doing, but when you aren't willing to let go, you aren't willing to release your grip on the thing that's good enough, or the thing that's, served you this far, whatever that is, you don't get to explore that other path. You don't get to, you're holding on too tight, and, if we're not going to let go when it's time to let go, we won't take that chance. We won't take that risk and try that new way that's calling you. So I hope this has got you thinking. I'm letting go. I'm moving, trying something new to better my family. Very brave, Lucia. Very brave. And yes, you are supported every step of the way. Just got what I needed to hear. To appreciate is surrender. Yeah. Believe my infinite self. Absolutely. Know exactly what I'm meditating on today. So cool, Katie. You are so powerful. You're such a force. You are so capable of anything you set your mind to. You are so strong. I know that. And you know that, I think, most of the time. I think it's just you're human, and that self-doubt is going to try to keep you safe, keep you down a little bit. But guess what? We're going to outsmart it. After 8 years of going back and forth. It's a long time. And people go even longer. They do it their whole lives. So, don't trip. 8 years but people do it for 20 and 30 and 40 in their whole life, to where they don't ever decide to go down that other path. And that's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just that, for all we know, like, people, we're all taught different too, right? It's programmed in us. Like, you don't get to want more. Like, you should be lucky with what you have. You're just lucky somebody loves you. You know? You're just lucky someone loves you. You want more? You don't get more. You don't deserve more. Right? Yeah. How about more sabotage when that voice of you're not worthy to have what you want? You don't get to want more. That's a real thing. And I think I have experienced every form of self-sabotage, so I can tell you from experience. They all have their time and place. And even when we get through it one time, the next time you go and you stretch a little further, guess what? There it is again, you know, trying to hold you back. And it's like, okay, here we go again. Another layer to overcome. That's all it is. Just another obstacle to overcome. That's it. That is it. It's just so that you get to overcome it. There's so much value in overcoming shit, isn't there? You know? I mean, you think of like exercise. When you go to lift that next set of weights that's heavier than the one you've been lifting all the time before, right? It's uncomfortable. It's challenging. But ultimately, so much growth. Of course, it's going to go back to exercise, huh? But so much growth physically in this sense. Yes, your muscle gets bigger. So we are meant to overcome. I know that. And it's like, if you can adopt that mindset that through these obstacles, that is your gift. That is the answer to your prayers sometimes, right? You've been praying for this or that. You've been asking the universe, you know, why this, why that, or you're wanting more. You've been praying for something more. And then you're given this obstacle. You step up to that plate and this is my chance to overcome. You know? It is through those things that we overcome. It's through those opportunities that we take where you get to have your most, you know, magical growth. It's such a gift. It really is. If we can adopt that mentality that obstacles are here for us to evolve and to grow, not to take us down, not to ruin our lives. It's not happening to you to ruin your life. But no, not at all. Instead, it's here happening to you so that you can, you know, step more powerfully into your life. Now, who do you look up to? Who do you look up to? Think about that person, someone you think like, wow, you know, they're great. It's amazing. You know, look at this person. It could be, you know, somebody, celebrity, or it could be someone in your life, someone you know. And let me ask you, did that person not struggle ever? Did that person not ever doubt themselves? Yeah, I think what makes people, those like people that we look up to, so incredible, so, you know, it's like, wow, you know, it's because they've struggled and overcome. They struggle and overcome. Without struggle, we'd have nothing to overcome. And like, what would that look like? What would that look like? So, and I know you know this. I know you get this. Like, it's just that if you can also adapt that mindset that obstacles are not to stop you. Obstacles are not to keep you from growing. Obstacles are not here to hold you down. They're not happening to you. They're the answer to your prayers. They're the opportunity. They're the opportunity for you to rise. They're the opportunity for you to overcome so that you can have and be and do what you're here to do. That is your soul's gold, right? That's what makes you have that depth and that richness and that integrity and that quality to you. So it's time to wrap it up because I'm heading on over to the Glow Show. If you want to come learn about actually glowing on a physical sense, talking about skin, and then follow me out by direct messaging me your email, and I'll forward you the link. It's on Zoom. But yeah, you just keep shining, everybody. You are so amazing. You are doing great wherever you're at. So know that. I'll be here tomorrow if you want to come on at 8 a.m. If you're up, let's do this again. Might as well. Since we're here, we'll do it again. Okay. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Love you all. I'll see you tomorrow.